Listen up. First of all, I want to give a quick shout out to Die for Cam. Die for Cam, go check out his videos, subscribe to his channel. The guy's straight to the point, honest, love his content. I highly recommend you watch it, follow it, subscribe. When I say listen up, I mean really listen up. He mentioned a couple things recently on a video, which I strongly believe in, and I kind of want to add it to it from my perspective and my experience, because the younger generation needs help, and we all got to work together and support them, because one day we're all going to get older and we're going to rely on them to take care of us. Think about that for a second. They're going to take care of us one day, right? Right now, the cost of living is expensive, okay? Interest rates are up, inflation, house prices, mortgages, everything's up. The younger generation is coming out of college right now, starting the workforce. They're out there, they want to get everything started, they want their career to start, they're looking to live life. They can't do it. It's too expensive. Okay, too expensive. Let me just add on there, from my perspective, because I see this every day, and I've actually worked on this as a little project years ago. I had a boss that I looked up to. Guy was making $160K a year at the time. And I always told myself, I'm gonna work hard, do what I gotta do, grind it out to get there one day. And I'll never forget what he taught me. The young generation, okay, if they're not making 150, 160, 200 grand, it's true. They're not going to survive, okay? Right now, it is extremely difficult for them to save money, okay, for a house. It's extremely difficult for them to get approved for apartments, okay, and car loans. On top of that, they got debt, student loan debt, credit card debt, right? They owe people money. How are they going to get ahead? They need help too. Somebody's got to sit there and guide them, show them, support them in any way possible to help them get ahead. Recently, somebody reached out to me about, buying a house. So I ran some numbers for them and they were shocked. And I said, listen, you got to understand this. It doesn't matter if you make 100 grand a year. If you have too much debt, you're not going to get approved for the mortgage, okay? I'll give you an example. I actually have it right here. Just with today's interest rates, just from today. If you make $89,000 a year, okay, and let's say you have some student loan debt, you have a small car payment, and you have some minimum payments on a credit card, right? Minimum payments on a credit card is what they factor, not the total amount, okay? So your total minimum payments a month are $900, let's say, right? Seems realistic. So you make $89,000 a year. This is W-2 only, okay? You make $89,000 a year. Your expenses are $900 a month. For you to go buy a house, okay, and let's say you saved up $30,000, which is still a big chunk of change. With the current interest rates, and let's say your property taxes, in Jersey it's higher because it's like 10, 12,000, but let's just say the other states, 3,000, 4,000. Let's say 3,000. Homeowner insurance is another 1,000. The only amount you're going to get approved for with an $89,000 salary and $900 a month minimum liabilities is $240,000 mortgage. That's all you're going to get. Like, think about that for a second. What the hell are you going to buy for $240 if the average house here is $550,000? Forget about California, right? Forget about Seattle, Washington, D.C. area, right? Boston. Forget about that, right? New York City, good luck, right? Might as well move to somewhere where nobody lives. So think about it, $240,000 mortgage. That's all you're going to get. You can't do nothing with that. Prices are high. Interest rates are high, right? It's impossible. Someone's got to be able to sit there and explain that to the younger guys and the younger girls, because this rat race of working 9 to 5 and starting a business and things like that, it's not easy, man. It's extremely difficult. I was a recruiter for 5 years before I jumped into real estate. Okay, my job was to find you a job and get you hired, prep you, right, for the interview, right? Right now, the job market's tough, right? It's super tough. Let's be real here. It's not easy. You apply to 1,000 jobs and you're lucky if you get one phone call. And the phone call you get is probably a shit one anyhow. It's very competitive, right? You get out of college, you're not going to get these big salaries in the beginning of 100, 150K a year. It doesn't exist, right? There's a small amount of people that get that, a small amount. The rest of us have to start from the bottom and grind up, right? Put in the work. It's not easy. And I feel super, super upset and frustrated because when I look back, yes, it was a little bit easier when I started because I've been on my own since 18. My first rent was $320 a month, which to me that was like $1 million a month, right? $320 a month, okay? But I chose to do that so I can grow up, experience, and be responsible. Today, the average rent, one-bedroom apartment rent, if you're lucky, in a decent place, is like anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500. Where I live, it's a lot more than that, but that's on average, I would say, is on the low end for something that's somewhat decent. If your rent is $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, you have a car payment over here for like $350 to $400 or even more, and you got some little bit of credit card debt, and then you try to buy a house with $89,000 salary, it's not going to work. Like, it's not going to work. It's getting extremely difficult to own a house in today's market. Like, the younger generation, I don't think, and I bite my tongue on this, I hope things get better and easier for them so they have an opportunity to buy a home if that's what they choose to do. But it seems like, as of now, they got no shot. No shot. No shot at it. It's too hard. It's too expensive. Too much debt. The way I see it is the younger generation, I get it. They want to work. They want to be successful like everybody else, right? But they're starting to realize the old conventional wisdom, the old advice does not work in today's day and age. Doesn't work in today's day and age, right? A lot of it doesn't, and a lot of it does, right? They tell you, oh, go out there and work hard. Yeah, work hard and what? Be a slave forever? Come on, right? You got to think smart here. Yeah, you sacrifice a couple years in the beginning. You work 10, 12-hour days. You do it for a year, 2 years straight. Get some experience. And then jump to another opportunity. Put yourself out there, right? Keep climbing up that ladder as far as pay. Because the reality is you need money. Like, everything costs money. Straight up. Money, 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 money. You want freedom? There's a price for it. Think about it. You want freedom? You got to have money, right? Yeah, you could go live in the woods and live off grid in a cabin and have barely running water and electricity, whatever the case may be. But do you really want to live like that? No. You want to travel, right? You want to go see new places, right? Wear some decent clothes, meet people, right? Enjoy fun things in life. That all costs money. The electric's got to be paid, right? If not, they're going to turn it off. All that costs money. I don't know. My advice is, listen, you're coming out of college, or you're in the workforce now, you're in a dead-end job, or you just feel like you're stuck. Listen, you're not alone. It's okay to feel like that. If you got to take some time to think about it, stress, vent, whatever, tomorrow's a new day. You can change it, okay? You decide what you want to do. It's all here too. mental. You need to start putting images and manifesting, seeing yourself in the future, where you're at, right? What you have, what you don't have, having family and love around you. Start putting it here because it's going to come true. The American dream is not for everyone. It's not. American dream of owning a house in the suburbs, having some money in the bank, having a family, right? It's not for everybody. And it's even getting harder to get it. And I get it. But you gotta like come up with a plan and write it out, focus on it, dream about it, envision it so that it can come true. For some of you out there, just making $10,000 a month is like you won the lottery, right? And I get it. I know how that feels. I know how it was when I was young. Same thing. I never thought when I was young I would ever make $20 an hour. Like looking at it back now, like I thought that was like rich. No, it's not. $20 an hour today after taxes, right? Then you got to pay tax in the store, tax here, tax there. That $20 is just like $3. $20 doesn't even get you two number ones at McDonald's. Focus. If your goal is to make more money per month or just make a lot of money in general, start with a plan. You could start small, okay? You'll be surprised what can happen in 3 months, 6 months. If your goal is to make $10,000 a month, let's use that as an example, okay? Write it out. What does it take? You're going to start to realize that, hey, maybe what you want to do as far as work and a career might take longer to get to that 10,000, or you might not even have that opportunity to make the 10,000 a month. But as you write it out, you're going to realize, okay, am I in the right field or am I in the wrong field? What's the vehicle I need to be in, right? And what vehicle do I have passion for? Am I interested? I'm motivated. I'm going to wake up every single day for it. Real estate, yeah, it is one of them. It's a great field. You could literally write your own ticket. But guess what? It's hard work, okay? You got to put in a lot of hours, okay? You have to craft your skill. It's all about selling, right? I made a video about before. Number one skill is sales. You need to be able to convince people why they should do business with you. Doesn't matter what it is, just that, sales. So whatever your goal is, that $10,000 a month, maybe change your jobs. Maybe you have to sacrifice the first 3-4 years of bouncing around from job to job for a little bump in pay, which might be $5,000 extra a year. That's not a lot of money, but let me tell you something, it helps, right? So you might get a job right now that starts off that's paying you $65K or even $50K. You bang it out for a year. Start applying for another job. Find a job that pays $60K or $65K, okay? The faster you're able to do that, get the reps in, get the experience, be good at what you do, the higher the value you're going to be able to obtain in the market, in the workplace. Because the best people get paid the best money, right? If you're out there and you're a cleaner, right? You do housekeeping, right? You take care of homes, or you work at a hospital, right? You do administrative work. Listen, those are great careers, great fields to be in. But let me tell you something. The truth is, those fields are capped. A medical assistant can only make so much money, right? There's only so much they can make. Paying a medical assistant, okay, for 8 hours a day and 2 breaks, 15-minute breaks and a lunch, they're not going to pay that person $100,000 a year. But let me tell you something. It's the first place to start. You do it for a year, figure out if you're going to stay in medical. What does it take to get to that $10,000 a month? Start thinking. Don't be afraid. Like I said, I'm just here to share with you the truth because it's really frustrating for me personally. I got a family. I'm a new dad. I've been on my own since 18. Okay. I wasn't born rich. Nothing. Nothing. I was born poor, straight up poor, lost a lot of things. I know the struggles, okay? And a lot of it comes down to this. You got to decide you want to break out of that habit. There's a thing that I've seen online recently, which I do believe in. Poverty to me is genetic. If you're born poor, the likelihood of you being poor is higher. Think about it. The environment, the people you're around, constantly talking negative, mindset is poor, act poor, you're most likely going to be poor. That's what happened in my situation. But if you change that in your brain and say, I'm not going to fall in this group, I'm not going to be a statistic to it, you can change and get out of that environment and be that story that says, hey, that guy got out of there, that girl got out of there. Look where they're at now. Surprised they're making 10, 20 grand a month. Life-changing events, man. Life-changing events. Stay humble, stay focused, be dedicated. Make sure you got the right people around you to support you. Get rid of the people that are just bringing you down. Okay? Real talk. I'm just being straight up honest with you guys. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but it's the truth. Go start a business, man. I started a bunch of businesses and they failed. Trust me. Learn. It's easy to start them. It's free, basically, okay? Go online, get an EIN. Learn how to build business credit, okay? There's plenty of videos online how to take advantage. How are you able to apply for a business credit card, okay? With a personal guarantee and no personal guarantee and get a credit limit of like 50, 60K. If you're smart, you take that money and invest it, right? Invest it. Think. There's a lot of people out there, especially on YouTube, that will help you, guide you when it comes to certain things. Take advantage, absorb it, okay? Figure out what's going to work for you. Play the game. I hope this video helped you guys out. Like I said, sorry for venting. Like I said, shout out to Die for Cam. Check out his channel. Super cool dude so far. I like him. Young guy, younger than me. He's right on point, right? Like he's right on point. He knows exactly how it works. He understands exactly what's happening, and I got nothing but respect for that, especially when I see it from someone that's younger than me. Like I said, I hope this video helped you guys out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, good luck, be safe, and take care of yourselves.